In this video, I'm going to explain further the meaning of a confidence interval. As we can see from the screen, so on the screen, this was a problem on finding the confidence interval given the information that we have selected 100 students randomly, and after getting all the scores of these 100 students, we found out that the sample mean, which is the mean of the 100 students, the mean score of the 100 students is 78. And upon the computation of the standard deviation, it turned out to be 20. So, again, the best point estimate for the average score of the students is itself the sample mean, which is 78. And using the formula to come up with the confidence interval, we have 74.08 and 81.92, and this was obtained through the 95% confidence level. Now, for those who want to know how this interval was obtained, there is a different video that explains or that shows the solution on how these numbers were obtained. But in this video, the focus is on the interpretation of this interval. So now that we have 74.08 to 81.92, this means that, remember that what we are trying to capture is the value of the population mean. The population mean score. This is the true average score if we will be asking all the grade 11 students from the LSU who took the standardized test. And that is if we have access to all the scores. And that means if we get the average, the value that we will obtain is the population mean. But of course, due to some constraints that we cannot ask every grade 11 students of the school, we resorted to just get a sample of 100 from them. That's why we have this sample mean score 78. So, this means that the 74.08 to 81.92, this is where the true population mean is. Meaning to say, the value could be, maybe, it is 75, because that's 74.08. So next higher number is 75, or any decimal value higher than 74.08. It could also be 76, or any decimal value around that number. Could be 77, and so on. And this number could be as high as 81, as we can allow numbers up to 81.92. It could be 81 point something, but that number should not go beyond 81.92. So the essence of the confidence interval is that it is giving us a range of what the true population score is really is. But we don't know exactly, but what we are sure about the population mean is that it could only be from 74.08 to 81.92 with 95% confidence level. Okay? So, I hope you have now a clear understanding of what a confidence interval is. It will contain it could possibly contain the population mean with a certain level of confidence that we attach to it. If your computation is based on 90%, then you can only be 90% confident. If the confidence level that you have chosen is 99%, then you can be 99% confident given the range. Okay? So if someone will claim, so how will this be in real life? So if someone will claim, I claim that the average score of the grade 11 students is 78, then that claim is valid because 78 is inside the confidence interval, because the interval is 74.08 to 81.92. But if someone will claim that the true average score is 85, then based on our 95% confidence interval, that is not a valid claim because that score is already outside the confidence interval that we have obtained. Okay? So let's see So let's use this information. I'll make a follow-up question. I'll post it in a while. So let's check this follow-up question. It was found that the average score of grade 11 students in another school. So take note that in my previous discussion, the average that we obtained is the average score of the grade 11 students at De La Salle Manila Taft campus. Now there is this another school who took the test, or the students in that school took the test. So it was found that the average score, note this is not an estimated average score. This is the average score of all the students from that school. So they got all the scores, they took the average, they add all the scores divided by the number of students who took the test, and the value is 72. So comparing now our 74.08 up to 81.92 confidence interval using a 95% confidence level with the 72 average of the other school, we can now compare the performance of the two schools based on their average score. And even if we don't know exactly what is the average score of the students of De La Salle Manila Taft campus, what we are sure, or we will say, we are 95% confident that the score is lying from 74.08 to 81.92. So if I have to compare that to 72 average of the other school, then I can be 95% confident that the De La Salle Manila Taft campus students perform better than the students of the other school in terms of the average score. See? So as we can see from here that I can compare. So even if I don't know exactly the average score of the students from De La Salle Manila Taft campus, and I only know the range based on the confidence level, I can already compare their performance. And I can say with 95% confidence that the students from De La Salle Manila perform better than the other school. Okay? So that's how you use the confidence interval when you compare it with another set of data. Now, it is possible that the other school also created a confidence interval, so you can compare confidence interval versus a confidence interval, and you will see a certain range. Let's say if I have like 70.03 up to 72.08, and this was the confidence interval that they have. They also use 95% confidence level. Then, based on the two, or if you compare the two confidence intervals, we can say that the De La Salle Manila students perform better than the students in the other school. Okay? So I hope I was able to give a clear idea on how we use or interpret confidence interval. The computation is there. You can use a formula to come up with the confidence interval, but it's also equally important that you know how to interpret a confidence interval. Okay, that's it.